Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, so when I started the channel, I thought I was gonna be more posting a lot, but life happens. I'm the type of person that I love to enjoy like the moment instead of just getting my phone and record or whatnot. But so I'm making this video because I am pregnant. I am pregnant. Tomorrow is 18 weeks. Right now, I'm filming this March 17, and yeah, so tomorrow will be 18 weeks. We don't know what it is yet. So yeah, so um, in the video, like I'll try to um, do my best to record when I go to doctor's appointment. It's just hard because of COVID or whatnot. I have a little clip. I took Miguel because he wanted to see the baby. He's the one that's like over the moon. He's so excited that he's gonna be a big brother. But yeah, so those that had me on social media, on Instagram and stuff, I had pink hair. So when I did my pink hair, I wanted, pink hair, but you need to use bleach or whatnot or whatever. So then after I did my pink hair, I found out that I was pregnant. So I couldn't keep doing like the roots and all of that, all the chemicals. So I had to change my hair color. So this is more like a natural color. I don't have to use like the harsh chemicals. But yeah, so that happened. That's why there's no pink hair. And most of you asked me like, why not the pink hair, right? And I couldn't say anything because I wanted to keep it to myself for a minute and also past that stage where it's like safe. So yeah, so no more pink hair because I'm pregnant. And then yeah, so I just want to say it's been a roller coaster. This second pregnancy is way different than Miguel's. The whole 3 months I was throwing up nonstop, and I couldn't hold anything down. I couldn't sleep at all. um it was just, yeah, difficult. Barely now I'm feeling like myself somewhat. I mean, I'm sleepy all the time, but I know. What else? So yeah, so a little story about how we found out and how it happened or whatnot. Miguel, since last year, since 2019 actually, he's been wanting a sibling. And we're like, you know what, not yet, not yet. So on year 2020, COVID happened. We were actually planning to have a kid in 2020, but COVID happened and everything was so scary, everything was so new. So we decided like not to go for it because of the whole health situation. And so then my family, we had COVID at the end of 2020, so that was scary. And then in 2021, we were still like, okay, should we not? We're still debating. And then, I believe, around March of 2021, we started trying. We're like, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it happens, it happens. No, we kept trying every month. Every month was like, let's see. No. I even told my sister in May, I was like, you know what, I'm trying but nothing's going on and I don't know. I got to the point that I got worried. I was like, what if I can, if I'm not able to, we just had one and that's it. So yeah, so then we tried. The thing is with this pregnancy, I mean, my first pregnancy was also planned. Like, we wanted a baby and we went for it and it happened. And this one we also wanted a baby, but this time Manny was in, like, always with how do you say it, like, we were both keeping track, like, okay, he would ask me, did your period come, what if, and we would go get pregnancy tests. Even my sister would bring me pregnancy tests so I could check if I was pregnant or not. But no, it didn't happen. It wouldn't happen. So it was just it was frustrating. It was stressful because I was like, okay, time is time is not ticking, but it's like, okay, we're January, February, March, April, May, and then the months were going or whatever. So anyways, so my sister was like, okay, well, if we try to like this natural herb pills, you know, she sent me the link and everything. I was going to, but I was just like, I'm just gonna try to do it natural and see, and try to not stressed about it, you know, like when it happens, it happens. So in November, my period was like a week late, but ever since I started trying, my period would always be a little late, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days late. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I am not pregnant, maybe I am, I don't know. But the thing was with me, with my periods, TMI, I would get the symptoms of like if I was pregnant, like I would get headaches, I would get the throwing up, and yeah, I'm like, I'm not pregnant, it's my period, you know. That's always been me. Anyways, so yeah, so I remember in November, we actually, Manny and I and Miguel, we went to the pharmacy, to CVS, and then we bought like the pregnancy. It was on a weekend, and you know, we came home. I took it. The funny part is like, I got the clear blue, and I got the 2 digital ones and the 2 regular pregnancy tests. So anyway, so I took a regular one. It wasn't reading anything at all. And then I took a digital one. The light was blinking. So I was like, okay. But the one that was like blank, literally, I waited 5 minutes and it was still blank. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was a defective one. It doesn't work. And I told Manny, I was like, you know what? I went outside and I was like, it's not reading it. I think it's effective. And then I'm like, I took the digital one and it's blinking. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I left it in the restroom. I left it on the sink. I went and I told him. And then after we both came into the room to you know, get ready for bed or whatnot, and we looked at it and it said it was positive. And I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't believe it. It was just like, I wish I had record, but we were just so desperate to see if it was or not. So anyway, so I saw it and I was like, okay, it's positive. He's like, no, you're lying, like you're playing. I'm like, no, it's like we're pregnant. And then he just hugged me and we both like, you know, we were just so happy. And at that moment, we didn't tell Miguel. We didn't even tell anybody. We found out like December 21st, I think. It was the 19th or 21st, one of those days. It was right before Christmas. We said we weren't gonna say anything until 3 months. You know, until 3 months we will let our family members know. So then Christmas come, and then, you know, we had drinks or whatnot, but I couldn't drink because I already knew that I was pregnant. So Manny would make like virgin margaritas for me, and then like regular margaritas for like my sister, my mom, and everybody else. So anyway, so yeah, so that one, you know, but I was still feeling sick, and I couldn't tell my mom because my mom lives with me. So I was like, okay, I was trying to act. I'm like, no, I think I ate something, or I think I don't know, I ate too fast or whatever, you know, and a little excuse. But anyways, yeah, I would eat, and then I'll come to the room and I'll like throw up, make sure that she wouldn't notice. And I'm pretty sure she did, but I guess. And then one day I remember I was feeling like crap, and my sister came for her kids because my mom takes care of her kids, and she's like, damn, like, are you sick? I'm like, no, why? She's like, you look pale, you look like you're sick. I was like, no, I guess I'm getting like a cold, a flu. And you know, in my head I'm like, if you only knew, if you only knew. Anyway, so yeah, so it's crazy how my family found out because my van broke down, and I was like, my door where the ramp comes out broke. So I was like without a car almost a month, and I was getting my first actual OB appointment in February. I believe it was like in the beginning of February. Yeah, in the beginning of February, like February 3rd. And so I had to ask for a ride because Manny couldn't miss any appointments for you know, and it couldn't miss work for the appointment because he already missed, because he took me to the first like intake appointment and whatnot. So, and it was almost like back to back. So then the first appointment, Manny took me. The second appointment, that's when they were gonna check the baby and do the ultrasound. I had to ask my sister. I was like, "Hey, can you do me?" But I asked her in a text message. So how I asked my sister, like for the ride, I was like, "Hey, I need a favor," and she was like, "Yeah, what happened?" I'm like, "You give me a ride tomorrow to this place. You know, I just need a ride." And she was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." Like, she didn't even question me or anything. She was like, "Okay, cool." So then I told Manny, I was like, "Hey, my sister's gonna take me." She said, "Yeah," but she doesn't know where, so I'm gonna have to tell her before, and I'm gonna have to tell my mom because then she's gonna find out. So I remember it was February 2nd, Dia Calendaria, for those, that knows, like the Dia de Reyes, you do the food or whatnot. So it was February 2nd, and we had ordered food and whatnot. And I told my mom and I told my sister, I was like, "I'm gonna tell you something, guys, but I need you to like support and be there for me and be happy for me." And my sister was like, "What?" And I was like, "So," she's like, "You bought a house?" I was like, "No, not yet, like not yet." And so she's like, "You're pregnant?" I was like, "Yeah." And the mom was like, "I knew it." She's like, "I knew it because you were acting strange and everything, like the things that you would eat, the things that you eat a lot of fruit and the throwing up." But I didn't want to say anything. I wanted it to come from you. So then I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, I'm pregnant." So yeah, so she saw the baby. The baby was already like 9 weeks or 8 weeks, I think. I'm not sure. But the baby was already big, and she was like, "Oh my god, the baby's big!" Like we were expecting like to see a little baby. Well, mostly she, because I already knew. But she was expecting to see the little embryo, pretty small. So yeah, and then after that, we told Miguel, and Miguel was like, "Well, I already knew." He's like, "I knew there was a baby in your tummy." Even that too, I forgot to mention. Like in November, December, especially December, he will hug me and he will rub my belly, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" It will creep me out because I would like look at Manny and be like, "What is he doing?" And he will rub my belly, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, touching the baby," and I'm like, "How do you know there's a baby there?" It's like, because I just know. I feel and I hear a lot that some kids, they already know, like they have like a feeling, I guess. So Miguel, yeah, he knew. So when we told him, he was just like, I guess it was just like reassurance, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a big brother." So anyway, so yeah, so that's how my family found out, because it's only my mom and my sister or whatnot. And then for Manny's family, we told his mom. We took her out to eat like the first week of March, because her birthday, I believe it was on the 7th. I think it was on the 7th. And so we took her out to eat, and like we it was like a week away before, it was like the last month of February, we took her out to eat, and we told her like, "Hey, so we started talking. We're like, "Oh, how many grandkids you have?" And she was like counting, and she was like, "Okay." And then we're like, "No, you have 17." And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah." So she was like, "Oh," she was so happy too. So yeah, she was excited too. And then she told her other daughters, I guess, or sons, I don't know who she told. But yeah, so that's how like our family found out. And then for my mom's birthday, because she was turning 50 to this year, she's turning 50. She already turned 50. We made like a little carne asada, a little party. We invited some people. I invited close friends. Some of them came, some of them didn't. But those who came found out, because for some reason, like the second pregnancy, I guess most women, not everybody, but your belly grows bigger than like the first one. So my belly's kind of big when versus Miguel's. So yeah, so they found out, and they were happy. And yeah, so we decided to announce our pregnancy St. Patrick's Day, because we wanted to do like a little family picture, especially include Miguel, because I try to include Miguel in everything. and we took a family picture last week. And yeah, we took a picture and we announced it or whatnot. But there's so much that I just can't think of. It's just like kind of explaining to you guys like a little journey like so far, but there's way more, you know. If you guys have any other questions, I guess you could just like let me know. And it's just the beginning, because yeah, it's insane. I guess like the next video would be like a little update. And not only that, I'm actually on some medication because it's a little rough this pregnancy. I mean, I was on medication for my first pregnancy. It was like an antibiotic because I had like a UTI, even though I drank water, but I guess it wasn't enough. And this time I do too. But then on top of that, I'm taking also like for the nausea, because if I don't take it, either I don't sleep well, or I'm just like the next day, like anything I eat, it was just like come back out. And that's pretty much it. I mean, on the medication, I'll try to keep an update next time. And then when I go to the next appointment, which is on the 30th of this month, I'll try to record. Like I said, I'm always in the moment. It's hard for me to get the phone or get the camera or anything to record. But yeah, so yeah, any questions, let me know. So yeah, so any questions that you guys have, let me know, and I'll try to do another video, I guess. I'm trying to be consistent. Okay.